AJ, if you had it your way, would you just go in to fight Tyson next, or would you like one more?
Yeah, I would.
We can do that, by the way, straight away. No interim fights. If Tyson's ready and AJ's ready, we don't have to fight in February or March. I think he's saying he needs to fight.
I'll give the Dosser 8 weeks. Give him 24 hours to sign a contract. Let's see if he's a man.
AJ, right here.
Greedy belly. He's looking, saying, "Let me do the fucking. Let me come. Come, wait."
We'll do that. Tyson, what are you saying about maybe going straight into the fight with no warm-up?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll do it right now, 100%. Go back into that Casilla Centre, put that ring together, and put me in with him! 100%!
And what's John Fury saying? How's he feeling about the fight?
I tell you what! You know it! We all know it! Everyone here in America knows it! It's the biggest fight in boxing! Let's do it! 100%!
In fact, Ring Magazine reported that the fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua has been signed. It's done, and it will take place in 2026. Although the exact date and venue have yet to be confirmed, it's understood discussions are taking place for the heavyweight bout to headline in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, in September.
The long-awaited heavyweight clash between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua had finally been signed, with reports confirming a September 2026 showdown that boxing fans had waited years to see. Promoter Eddie Hearn addressed the broader impact of the fight, framing it as a significant career setback for elite fighters like Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. He noted that while 5 or 6 months might not seem long, it represents a costly chunk of a short athletic career, especially for stars who fight only once a year and want that bout to be the biggest possible. Despite this delay, Hearn confirmed they were still discussing the possibility of moving directly into the Joshua-Fury superfight, but stressed they were also bound by the existing signed contract for Joshua's current obligation.
Wilder's fighting Tyson Fury, but it's how long this postponement lasts.
Yeah.
You know, there is going to be a situation where if fighters, and this is actually a good bit of news for boxing moving forward, is that fighters are going to have lost a significant chunk of their career. You know, 5 or 6 months might not sound like the longest time in the world, but a fighter's career is short. And if people like AJ, if people like Fury, if people like Canelo, you know, are only going to fight once a year, they may want that fight to be the biggest fight possible. So we certainly don't rule out talking about the possibility of moving into a Joshua Fury fight next. But we also understand we have a signed contract.
After addressing the sensitivity of fight promotion language, Lennox Lewis was directly asked for his verdict on the potential matchup. He declared an Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury bout as the biggest fight in the world and unequivocally stated it should happen next year. Emphasizing it was what British fans wanted to see, he expressed his own excitement and anticipation, concluding with the belief that the fight had been signed and was finally on its way.
Just lastly, you know, on AJ Fury, what's your opinion of that fight? Should it happen next year?
Yeah, it's the biggest fight for in the world right now. This is what the Brits want to see. We want to see Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury box, and I'm excited to watch that fight. I'm looking forward to it. I heard it got signed, so here we go.
Amidst the explosive back and forth between the heavyweights, promoter Frank Warren provided a pragmatic timeline for Tyson Fury's return. He acknowledged talks of Fury fighting again in early 2026, but noted the champion had been inactive. Warren believed a warm-up fight would be necessary before any super fight. Specifically addressing the potential bout with Anthony Joshua, he predicted that it would be slated for late summer, meaning Fury would likely have an intervening fight roughly 7 months out to shake off the ring rust.
Then there's talk of him fighting again early in 2026. You know, Tyson's been out for a while now. He may have a warm-up fight, but I don't if this fight happens, which I believe it will, if it does happen, it will be sometime in late summer. So Tyson, that's another sort of what's at the moment, it's another 7 months away. So he'll certainly have a fight in between, I think, if he comes.
Following Anthony Joshua's blunt criticism of Tyson Fury, boxing legend Lennox Lewis offered a more measured analysis of the heated rhetoric. He believed Fury was simply trying to promote a potential fight, and that Joshua's controversial kill comment wasn't meant maliciously, but was more about a fighter's search and destroy mentality. Lewis suggested that words like destroy, get rid of, or brutalize were more appropriate, framing the issue as one of safety and sensitivity in a sport where fighters are genuinely at risk, implying that the intense language needed careful consideration.
I think that, you know, obviously, yeah, Fury's trying to heat up the fight between both of them. I think the comment that Anthony Joshua made, he didn't mean it in a bad way. He just wants, it's like that search and destroy, you know, and get my opponent. I think killing is the wrong word using. You know, I want to kill him. I think that's the wrong word. I want to destroy him is a good word. You know, I want to get rid of him. I want to, you know, brutalize him. You know, these type of words are good words, but because of the safety factor of boxing, a lot of boxers getting hurt, I think maybe that's the wrong word to use.
Following Lennox Lewis's anticipation for a historic fight, Tyson Fury delivered a vicious and personal response to Anthony Joshua's earlier comments. Fury mocked Joshua, now 37 and fighting a YouTuber, for using violent language to sell a fight, calling him an idiot barking up the wrong tree. In a direct and aggressive threat, Fury stated that if he ever came across Joshua, he would knock him out, emphasizing he was not a YouTuber, but the man. He further taunted Joshua by referencing his recent knockout loss to a lesser-known fighter, calling him a classless loser and a useless dosser, while expressing his hope that Jake Paul would be the one to finish the job.
And I've just been sent a video of Anthony Joshua talking about if he kills somebody, he kills somebody in a boxing ring. I think, you know what? He's a little bit long in the tooth to be talking shite like that. He's 37-year-old at the end of his career, fighting a YouTuber, a Disney Channel guy, who Tommy beat, and now he's talking about killing him and all that to try and sell. Please, barking up the wrong tree, idiot. Here's a fun if I ever come across you, bum, I'm knocking you dead spark out. I ain't a YouTuber or a man half your size. I am him, the man. You're a classless loser coming off a 15 months knockout defeat to a local lad. Imagine if someone from Morecambe knocked me out. You big bum, useless tosser. Get up, and I can't wait if Jake Paul knocks your spark out, you big bum.
Building on his earlier dismissal of outside opinions, Anthony Joshua firmly rejected the idea that his career was intertwined with Tyson Fury's. He insisted he was in his own lane, and that Fury was not in it, reducing him to just another heavyweight. Joshua stated that while he once saw a fight with Fury as a necessary goal, that was no longer the case. His sole focus was on his upcoming opponent, Jake Paul, who was actually getting in the ring. He criticized Fury for being more active on Instagram than in seeking real fights, declaring that in his eyes, Fury was not a real fighter. Joshua contrasted his own resume of fighting top contenders with Fury's, issuing a blunt challenge. Unless Fury wanted to actually fight, he should be quiet.
Career and Tyson Fury's career sort of revolved around each other the last couple of years.
No.
In the media, it has.
I'm in my own lane. I'm in my own lane. Tyson Fury ain't in the same lane as me. I'm in my own lane.
So is that something
He's
like,
just another heavyweight.
Well, when you look at it, do you look at it as this is something I need to do before I retire, or it's just another chapter?
I used to. Not anymore. It's what it is. I fight Jake. That's my focus. Fury's not even on my radar. He can sit around doing Instagram videos, but he's not the one getting in the ring. Jake is. Why am I sitting around waiting for a guy that likes to do more Instagram videos than fight? I'm looking for real fighters. Tyson's not a real fighter in my eyes. You know, I'll be on the walls of Jake Pauls, of Joseph Parkers, of Povetkins, you know, of Ruizes of the world. He ain't fought these kind of guys. I have. So yeah, like, unless you want to fight, shut the fuck up.
Building on the promoter's discussions about timelines and contracts, analyst Spencer Oliver provided his own confident prediction. He believed the significant interest from Saudi Arabia made the fight a near certainty, pointing to rumors of a September 2026 date. Oliver envisioned a path where both Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury would take a warm-up fight first, setting aside Joshua's immediate bout. He argued that despite both fighters potentially being past their prime, their legacy and past achievements had revived mainstream interest in boxing, making their clash arguably the sport's biggest and most deserved event.
Yeah, I do think it's going to happen. I think that Circle Sheikh, Riyadh season, you know, I think they've shown a massive interest in making this fight. I think the rumours are September 2026. Both guys go into a warm-up fight. Forget this fight that AJ's having on Friday night. Both guys have a warm-up fight and then they fight in September. I think it's a fight that will happen, and I think that, look, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, they brought boxing back to the mainstream again for sure. You know, and I think that they deserve that fight. All right, they might both be past their best, but I think it's a fight that's still huge interest, probably the biggest fight in boxing still now, just on what they've achieved in the past.
According to a report from Ring Magazine, the long-awaited heavyweight clash between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua had finally been signed and set for 2026, with discussions focused on a September date in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. To underscore the significance, promoter Frank Warren reacted to the news and confirmed it would be a massive fight that would take a long time to make, expressing hope that fans would finally get their wish next year to see the two rivals, whose feud would define a modern era in boxing, finally face each other in the ring.
In fact, Ring Magazine reported that the fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua has been signed. It's done, and it will take place in 2026. Although the exact date and venue have yet to be confirmed, it's understood discussions are taking place for the heavyweight bout to headline in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia in September. What about Fury's man, promoter Frank Warren? This was his reaction over the weekend.
It's a massive fight. It's a fight that, you know, it's taken a long time to get together, and hopefully it's going to be the case and people are going to get what they wish next year, which is these two guys in the ring facing each other. It's been a rivalry, you know, modern day rivalry in British and probably world boxing. As I said, it'd be great if it did its own.
With the fight now reportedly signed, analyst Simon Jordan reflected on the long and frustrating road to this point. He noted that Anthony Joshua had always been willing, but the recurring obstacle was Tyson Fury's repeated announcements of retirement. Jordan believed the fight would finally happen, driven by the colossal financial demands that could only be met by hosting it in Saudi Arabia. He framed this as a bittersweet triumph, stating that two British fighters, who had dominated and revitalized the heavyweight division for a decade, ending the prior era's monotony, and would now settle their generational rivalry on foreign soil.
I mean, Anthony Joshua has made no bones about wanting to fight Tyson Fury. The only equation that needed to be squared is that we were again told for the 75th time that Tyson Fury had retired. I would suspect it's going to happen. The tragedy, of course, because of the scale of the finances absolutely required for these two fighters to get into the ring, is going to mean that it gets fought in Riyadh. So we're going to get two British fighters that are generationally at the very front of what's happened in British boxing for the last 10 years, at the very front of the heavyweight division for the last 10 years, probably catapulted the heavyweight division into a different stratosphere after the bore fest that the Klitschko's had for years dominating the division.
Following the confirmation that the fight was signed, Anthony Joshua himself addressed the years of failed negotiations. He revealed he had actually signed to fight Tyson Fury once before, around the time of his first Usyk fight, but the bout collapsed due to Fury's contractual obligations with Deontay Wilder. Joshua emphasized he had been ready to fight Fury on multiple occasions. When asked if there was hope for the fight now, he expressed clear optimism, especially with the model of big-time boxing being proven by events like his own. He positioned himself as a willing and experienced participant to fight with Fury.
I actually signed to fight Tyson. I think it was actually around the time I defended the first. Well, not defended, but I put my belts up to fight Usyk. I was supposed to fight Tyson Fury, correct, yeah? And then Fury had his issues with Wilder and their contractual issues, so they fought a third time. But I've been in a position to fight Fury a number of times, yeah.
But if you and Jake can get on the phone and sort of fight, do you have hope that maybe you and Tyson could even do the same?
Of course, there's hope, especially when you're talking about doing big-time boxing. And Jake's showcasing, you know, it can be done. So, and I'm showcasing it can be done. Like, we've been in mega fights time and time again. This ain't our first rodeo. We're back again, big-time boxing. I just feel like it takes two to tango, and I'm on the dance floor. I'm just looking for a dance partner.
While the official deal for the super fight is now in place, commentator Wade Plemons expressed a mix of excitement and frustration with the proposed timeline. He acknowledged it would be the biggest fight in boxing, but questioned the necessity of both Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury taking separate comeback fights beforehand. He argued they were seasoned professionals with little rust to shake off, and pointed out that history shows these interim bouts can derail mega fights if one star stumbles. Plemons emphasized the fight needed to happen. Breaking down the matchup, he noted Fury's surprising vulnerability to being hit and Joshua's own issues with recovery, making the stylistic clash fascinating and unpredictable. A must-see event he hopes finally materializes in 2026.
Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, deal struck, I think, for 2026, both to have comeback fights. Do you think we're going to get it, and how exciting is that? This is the biggest fight in boxing, isn't it?
It's a massive fight. I just hate when we do this thing where we're like, let's set the fight, but not only does AJ have to get through Jake, which seems to be, a fairly easy night for him, but then they're going to have another fight in February for AJ before he goes and fights Tyson again. I'm like, why are we doing 2 fights before we get there? Tyson needs a comeback fight. Just get in there. You both know how to box. You both have done this all your life. What are we shaking the rust off of? That's what happened in boxing throughout history. We've seen guys stumble because we give them a fight before, and we had it happen with this fight. How many times it was supposed to happen, then someone lost, and then it didn't happen? So I hope it happens. I think it needs to happen, but I do need to see that fight. And I think that the stylistic matchup is very interesting because Tyson, as big and tall as he is, somehow he still gets hit. Even, Usyk is a wizard, but if you could touch Tyson on the chin, it goes bad news quick. AJ doesn't recover well, so maybe Tyson turns the tide on him. Who knows? But we need that one.
As the immediate focus remained on Anthony Joshua's upcoming bout, his promoter Eddie Hearn highlighted Joshua's proven mentality for major events. He pointed out that Joshua reliably rises to the occasion in big fights, showing the aggressive intent fans want to see. Hearn acknowledged the mutual dislike between Joshua and Tyson Fury, but stressed that Joshua was currently channeling all his focus into his present challenge, choosing to deal with the intense Fury rivalry only after securing victory. Hearn's message was one of sequential priority. Handle the business at hand tomorrow, then fully turn attention to the historic clash waiting in the wings.
He comes out, doesn't he, when AJ's in a big fight and big moment, he comes out, but it's good because he's obviously looking to take the fight, and that's what we want, AJ don't like him. I don't think Fury likes AJ, but AJ's just focused on this. He's not really interested in the back and forth, so he'll deal with that after, and once we get tomorrow out of the way, we'll move forward.
The focus first shifted to Anthony Joshua's own mindset regarding critics and future opponents. When asked if he was training for top-tier fighters like Tyson Fury, Joshua dismissed the idea, stating he didn't like Fury and wanted to forget about him. He was then asked about Fury's provocative comments, to which he simply agreed they were an attempt to spin the narrative. Joshua made it clear that others' opinions, including Fury's, were irrelevant to him. He stated that Fury was a hater who should focus on himself. Regarding concerns about his legacy being tarnished, Joshua said he respected people's opinions, but did not live by their standards, emphasizing that he lived by his own in his own world.
Jake Paul, you're actually training for future opponents. What are those opponents? Is it the Tyson Furies? Is it the people like that you're actually focusing on?
Forget Tyson. I don't like that guy. Forget that guy.
He's had a lot to say about you in the build-up to this, especially the kill comment. Is that frustrating for you? Do you think he's trying to spin your words, the narrative?
In short, yeah, your opinion, what you live your life by, is irrelevant what I think. And vice versa. Tyson don't need to worry about my opinion. He needs to focus on himself. Tyson's a hater.
Do you care about the opinions going into this fight? The fact that people are talking about tarnishing your legacy and things like that?
I respect it. As I said, that's for them. I respect their opinion, but I don't live by their standards. Come into my world. I live by mine.
With the fight now reportedly signed and the countdown officially underway, Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury stood as the defining heavyweight clash of a generation. After years of delays, insults, and missed opportunities, boxing appeared closer than ever to finally delivering the fight fans had demanded for over a decade. If you want more breakdowns, updates, and deep dives into the biggest stories in boxing, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what comes next.